I knew it wasn't right. I felt it in my chest. Ignored every warning and gave it my best. Now I'm staring at the damage, thinking all night long. Nobody broke my heart. I chose wrong. Yeah, I remember when everybody tried to tell me. Friends saw the red flags, family felt the tension. Even strangers could see what I was too blind to notice. But love has a funny way of making lies look beautiful, making broken things feel worth fixing, making people stay long after they should've left. I kept saying maybe things would change, kept believing in potential, kept investing in promises that never turned into reality. Punchline, I fell in love with who they could be and ignored who they actually were. And that's where I lost myself. Now every lesson feels expensive, every memory feels heavy, every scar tells a story I wish I didn't have to learn. I chose wrong, now the silence feels different. I chose wrong, now I see what I was missing. I chose wrong, and the truth cuts deep. Tell me, have you ever ignored your instincts and paid the price later? The hardest part isn't the heartbreak, it's accountability. Because when somebody betrays you, you can blame them. But when you betray yourself, who do you point at? I knew I deserved better, knew I deserved consistency, knew I deserved honesty. Yet I kept accepting less, not because I was weak, because I was afraid of being alone, afraid of starting over, afraid of letting go. Punchline, fear kept me in places my future was begging me to leave. And that fear cost me years I'll never get back. I chose wrong, and now I carry the lesson. But maybe that's the blessing. I chose wrong, and it nearly broke me. But sometimes the wrong road leads to the right wisdom. Looking back, I don't hate myself anymore. I understand myself. I understand the loneliness, the hope, the desperation to make something work. Because sometimes people don't stay because they're happy they stay, because they're hopeful, and hope can be dangerous when it's attached to the wrong person. Common trigger, what's one lesson life taught you that you'll never forget? Mine was simple. Punchline, a red flag doesn't stop being red just because you love who's holding it. That lesson changed everything. How I love, how I trust, how I choose, how I value myself. I chose wrong, but I won't make that mistake twice. And it opened my eyes. I chose wrong, but I finally see the truth. The pain wasn't the ending, the pain was the teacher. And now I'm stronger because of it. If you're blaming yourself right now, listen carefully. You can't change the decision, you can't rewrite the past, but you can learn from it. And sometimes the biggest growth comes from the moments you wish never happened, because the wrong choice can still lead you to the right version of yourself. I chose wrong, but I finally chose to learn from it. The pain was knowing I saw the truth. I ignored the truth and I chose the lie anyway. I chose wrong. Now I carry lessons I never wanted. I chose wrong. Now I understand every warning. I chose wrong, and nobody else can take the blame. Tell me, how do you forgive yourself for the mistakes you saw coming? Yeah. People think regret comes from surprises. Not always. Sometimes regret comes from certainty, knowing exactly what you're walking into, feeling every red flag, hearing every warning, seeing every problem, and convincing yourself it will somehow be different for you. that was me. I wasn't blind, I was hopeful. And hope can be dangerous when it starts arguing against reality. I mistook optimism for wisdom and paid for it with peace. I kept saying they'll change, it'll get better, we'll figure it out. Meanwhile, reality kept presenting evidence I refused to examine because truth was uncomfortable. Fantasy was easier. Tell me, how do you forgive yourself for the mistakes you saw coming? Yeah. The hardest conversations happen after we're not with other people. With myself every night, every memory, every decision. Punchline, nothing hurts more than becoming the author of your own heartbreak. Because there was no villain, no dramatic betrayal, no shocking twist, just choices, my choices. And that's a difficult thing to accept when the person responsible for your pain is staring back from the mirror. I spent months replaying everything, looking for excuses, looking for reasons, looking for someone else to blame. But accountability kept finding me. Retention moment, then one thought changed everything. Maybe the mistake wasn't loving them. Maybe the mistake was abandoning myself. Yeah. That realization hit harder than in the breakup, because suddenly I saw it, every compromise, every boundary I ignored, every standard I lowered, every excuse I accepted. I kept choosing them until I stopped choosing myself. That's where the real damage happened, not in one big moment, in 1,000 small ones. Tiny sacrifices, tiny compromises, tiny betrayals of my own values, until eventually I didn't recognize myself anymore. And losing yourself is a different type of pain, a deeper one. I chose wrong because I confused effort with love. I chose wrong because I confused patience with sacrifice. I chose wrong because I thought suffering proved commitment. For a while, regret became my identity. Every conversation led back to it, every memory led back to it, every lesson led back to it. Yeah, it was one mistake that changed your life forever. Not ruined it, changed it. There's a difference. The same mistake I hated became the reason I grew. Think about that. Without the pain, I wouldn't have learned. Without the loss, I wouldn't have evolved. Without the regret, I wouldn't have gained wisdom. Some lessons arrive as blessings, others arrive disguised as heartbreak. Mine showed up disguised as regret. Maybe you're listening right now, beating yourself up. Maybe you're replaying old decisions. Maybe you're carrying guilt. Listen carefully. Yeah, you are not the worst thing you've done. You are not your biggest mistake. You are not your lowest moment. A bad decision is something you made, not someone you are. That sentence saved me, because for years I treated my mistakes like identities. I wore regret like a name tag. I carry shame like luggage, and eventually I realized the lesson was enough. I didn't need the punishment too, so I let it go. Not the lesson, the shame. Retention switch, that's when life started moving again. The moment I stopped living in the boardroom of yesterday. Today I look back differently, not proudly, not painfully, wisely. The biggest mistake of my life became the greatest teacher of my life. And that's why I don't hate the past anymore, because the past built this version of me. The stronger version, the wiser version, the version that listens to intuition, the version that values peace, the version that understands self-respect without the mistake. That version might not exist. I chose wrong, and it broke my confidence. Oh, I chose wrong, and it shattered my plans. I chose wrong. That for years I carried the weight, but now I see it differently. The mistake didn't destroy me. The mistake developed me, prepared me, strengthened me, and showed me exactly who I never want to become again. To any